From the moment he walked into the studios, I think we were all kind of obviously nervous. We don't know what to expect. And it just like, I think everyone just went, like took a giant sigh. Because he is like the nicest person in the world. And just so professional, so focused, but with such a positive combination to it. First day we were in the studio with him, it was just for the solo girl, it was just Patricia, Sarah, and I think we were all, he was sweet. He walked in and it had just been everyone learning his choreography all together. Finally it was just like 3 people and he was like, okay, only 3 people looking at me, it's a little less intimidating. And I felt so comfortable with him off the bat. And he was like choreographing a part and then he didn't really have anything for the next part and he was like jokingly, he was like, we'll just cartwheel off. And so we went to go do it. I think back and I'm like, I really felt comfortable with him. I literally went to go do like a cartwheel to the left, which was like retarded. And then all of a sudden I was kind of like, I can't believe I just did that. That was so inappropriate. Like, you don't do that. And I look over and he was kind of like, his back was turned and I was like, oh my God, I'm a mess. That's it. I'm out of the piece. Like, I felt so bad. And I looked like closely and he's literally like hunched over cracking up. And so I was like, okay, this is good. He's amazing. Like, he has a sense of humor. He's incredible. It's so fun. We're normally used to getting in the studio. Either one of our ballet mistresses will teach us the steps. We can refer to a video of someone else dancing. And so you always have this like view of what you can achieve and what you're working towards, or if you want to change it, there is freedom in it, but there's always something already visually there for you. And so working with Liam on something like we have no idea and we just like, he moves and we have to create what he wants is incredible. It's extremely different and it's extremely rewarding at the same time. It was really interesting, he just kind of set snippets and they weren't, especially in the pas de deux, it was not sequential. And then all of a sudden when it came together, it was like, oh wow, cool. And I think you had this sense of anxiousness to see it, but then now, like as it came to an end and he was finishing the piece, I almost was like, no, I don't want it to end, you know, I don't want to stop learning. So I think I'll definitely really miss the process of just something completely fresh thrown at you and just finding something within that. I feel really fortunate to be able to get to learn the solo girl and the pas de deux couple because they're extremely different from each other. A lot of times in ballet you get put in a certain role that you're strong at and you kind of tend to go towards those roles, and I don't necessarily see myself in that like slow lyrical pas de deux. I don't always tend to get those kinds of roles, so it's been really nice for me to try to like grow in that. Liam is just like, I almost think he's so wise beyond his years, physically and mentally, but he really, now that it's all set, you kind of feel like, oh, we're done, and he's just continued to keep working, and parts that are like, that you think you're doing so much more than normal, he wants even more, you know, and I feel like it's just, I've really learned that, I mean, when you think you've gone that extra little bit, you can always go so much more. It's just been a blessing to have him come into our lives and just keep that fresh. And so I think we just want to thank him. And I saw that he said in the first vlog that he finishes a piece and he's always like wanting to move on to the next. So my wish is that he comes back and keeps working with us because it's amazing.
Jeanette is a dream to work with. She's been fantastic. Like, it's, you know, there's a few people that everyone's great to work with in this company without fail. You know, there's been no exception to, you know, a lack of enthusiasm or anything like that. But there's a few people who really kind of get what I'm saying, and you know, it's that extra little spark that really excites me and inspires me, and Jeanette is definitely one of those. And when I walk into the studio and see her, it's, you know, they're the kind of dancers that choreographers choreograph for. It's because of those people that you want to create something, and because of those dancers who give that extra little bit and really translate your work into something that you never thought would be possible. And And on top of that, she's just the sweetest person and the biggest laugh ever, you know, even in the most serious, you know, when we were doing all these pas de deux rehearsals, and it's a very serious control piece, and she'd be laughing in the corner or on the floor or doing something, and I have no idea how she got there, but it's, you know, it's really comforting to know that we're having a good time, but also creating the best possible art that we can.